along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, with Doris Burke reporting on the sidelines. For the Denver Nuggets, they come into tonight's game after the loss to the 76ers in Philadelphia. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Damian Lillard out there with Martin. Then it's David Lee. Then there's Batum. And it's Vucevic in the pivot spot, manning the middle. Just 5 on the clock. Lee is screen on Pierce. And the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Pass to Lillard. And Vucevic kicks to Martin. And that one comes up a bit short.
And Nicholas Batum injuring his wrist last season, he was pushed in the back by Larry Sanders on a dunk and went down hard.
On defense, Boston. Vucevic is screen on Rubio. Vucevic setting the pick for Batum. Screen by Lee. And Batum kicks to Lee. Good! Lee's got his first bucket of the night.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Rubio outside. Drummond a screen. Aldridge the pass to Drummond. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Well, what a smart pass that time by Aldridge.
Lillard against Rubio. Batum a screen on Rubio. Picked by Vucevic. Lillard dishes to Vucevic. Here's David Lee on the assist by Vucevic. Lee's got his second bucket of the night.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Now, here's Rubio. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Korver, good.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Lee outside. On the wing, Batum. Oh, good on the triple. The Celtics have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Now the pass to Korver. Shoots the 3. Offensive rebound. Outside Pierce. Aldridge with a screen on Batum. Pierce kicks to Aldridge. Buries the long-range jumper. Aldridge has got his first 3 points of the game.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Batum inside the three-point line. Misses off the right iron. Rubio against Lillard. Drummond a screen. And it's Aldridge missing.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Lee sets a screen for Lillard. Lee outside. Puts it up from 12. And again, Denver no good. The Celtics have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Rubio against Lillard. Outside Pierce. He feeds it to Drummond. Shot is off. Great D that time from Vucevic. Well, it was the Boston Celtics, their last game a loss to Los Angeles. It was a tough battle down the stretch, but the Celtics were able to get back into the playoffs last year.
And kind of just hovering around all season, but give them credit. They fought their way in and spent only 1 year out of the postseason in their rebuild.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Nuggets.
You know, for the Celtics, the actual playoff series didn't go well. They got swept by the Cavaliers, but most people will remember the injuries from the series more than the play, and the Celtics have a bright future, no doubt.
Here's Lillard. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Vucevic is screen on Pierce. Was shot by Batum, no good.
Well, listen, it was a forgettable series for Celtics fans. However, the Celtics' young core were able to experience postseason basketball. That's something that you can really never replicate. I'm sure they'll be hungry for more of it, and credit Brad Stevens on a terrific job.
Now, here's Lillard. Nicholas Batum unable to get his shot to go. The score now all even.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
So the Celtics called timeout, their first.
And as good as Vucevic is on offense, guys, he's doing everything he can to catch up on his defense. Huge size and wingspan works to his advantage, although the subpar athleticism hinders him a bit. But, for example, he's averaged less than 1 block per game for his career, mostly because even though he's a 7-footer, he plays well below the rim.
Now, here's Rubio. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Aldridge. Just 5 to shoot. And it's off the back rim, no good. Lillard against Korver. And Lillard kicks to lead. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Here's Vucevic. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Andre Drummond picks one up.
Shooting for Boston.
Big step last year for Vucevic's offense, Clark. Unstoppable at times, both on the blocks and facing up.
Vucevic is a real outstanding future all-star front court. Come on now, young fella. Watch out. You might bring that whole basket down on top of it.
I didn't think he was ever going to let go of the rim.
I tell you what, though, you might as well enjoy the moment. Make it last just a little longer.
Lillard with no one around. And another miss by Denver. Boston's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Korver gets a wide open look. And again, it's Boston converting.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Vucevic is screen on Rubio. And Lillard kicks to lead. To the inside. And it's sent back by Drummond. Lillard against Rubio. Aldridge. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Terrific assist that time by Rubio.
Lillard attacking. No good. Excellent D there from Pierce. Boston leading by 5. Clark, this offense has really been clicking.
No doubt about it, giving the defense all kinds of trouble.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with. When you're talking about the greatest clutch players ever, that list needs to include Paul Pierce. I mean, he slowed down a bit, no doubt, but don't let that fool you. If you give him any kind of look at the end of the game, he'll cut your heart out.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Looking back at Paul Pierce's career, Clark, so many game winners, none more impressive than his jump over Dwayne Wade in the first round of the 2010 playoffs.
Yeah, you know, Shaq nicknamed him the Truth for a good reason. I mean, Pierce grew up in L.A. and reportedly dreamed of playing with the Lakers. Ironic that he instead became one of the Celtics' all-time greats.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Crawford comes in for Pierce, and it's Elfrid Payton in for Ricky Rubio.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Boston. 2 shots. And for Aaron Gordon, so much fanfare entering the 2014 draft, selected 4th overall, which was actually a couple of slots higher, I think, Greg, than many experts thought.
I agree, and, you know, a lot of people obviously liked him, but Orlando clearly loved him and had very high hopes for this young man. And, of course, the injured foot, only 11 games a season ago, and never really got back on track.
That's his first personal foul.
And, you know, getting back to Aaron Gordon, his defense is really what had scouts most excited. He has the rare combination of strength, lateral quickness, and ups to defend multiple positions.
And talking about Aaron Gordon, everyone knew coming in that he was kind of unrefined. You're betting on his upside and hoping that he develops a consistent shot. And, boy, if he does, you're talking about a guy who could become a perennial all-star.
Feeds it to Crawford. Garnett with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. Korver, good.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now the feed to Muhammad. The tray. Rebound, Boston.
They've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today.
Yeah, and it's already got them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
Crawford outside. Back to Aldridge. Shot off the screen. Garnett kicks to Aldridge. Aldridge double-teamed. There's the steal. Here's Muhammad. Throws down the breakaway jam.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Garnett, the screen. Here's Crawford. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. And the Celtics lead by 8.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Here's Bogdanovich. And he's good on the 3-ball. Bogdanovich has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And here is Payton. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. On the wing, Korver. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Muhammad with it. Nurkic a screen on Korver. It's deflected. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Boston. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Celtics?
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And keep an eye on the three-point shooting because that has been a factor as well. If they can maintain that current form, they can be successful.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Celtics. Pierce is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Kyle Korver. And it's Rubio in at the 5.
Shooting for Boston.
Drummond, a bit of a disappointing season last year. Not so much in play, but people wanted to see a bigger leap from him. Now his numbers are still pretty jaw-dropping.
Yeah.
But I think he's got so much there to give.
He has a lot of potential, Kevin. And listen, I don't think his play was bad. He just had such huge expectations to live up to. I mean, player development is not a straight line, and it would have been very hard to have him take another huge leap forward. Sometimes you have that sophomore jinx, but I'm expecting a big